Hi everyone, welcome to my YouTube channel. Hope you all are doing well. So in this video, we are going to solve October Lead Code Challenge, right? The jump game question we are going to solve. So first of all, we'll be understanding the problem statement, then the approach for solving this question, and then we'll be moving to the coding part, right? So without any delay, let's get started. But just a minute before proceeding further, if you are new to this channel or if you haven't subscribed this channel till now, make sure to subscribe this channel, turn on the bell icon. This channel will be very helpful for you. So do complete all these things and also be a part of our Telegram channel as well. The link for the Telegram channel is given in the description itself. So without any delay, let's start with the problem statement. So first of all, see, now for solving a problem, always there exist multiple approaches that you can use for solving the problem, right? So it's just the thing is you have to go with the optimal one. Well, here the question says that you are given an integer array nums. You are initially positioned at the array's first index and each element in the array represent your maximum jump length at that position. Return true if you can reach the last index or false otherwise. So basically an array is given to you, and in this array, it is mentioned that initially you are positioned at the array's first index and each element present in the array represents the maximum jump that you can make. You can see it's mentioned here that array represents element in the array represents your maximum jump length at that position. So you have to return true if you can reach to the last index of the array, otherwise you have to return false. Let's understand with the scheme of an example. For example, this is the example given to you. So this is 0th index, first index, second index, third index, fourth index. So you can see from this second index, if you are making just one jump, that is from here to here, okay? So you will be reached to 3. And now from this 3, you can make 3 jumps, and due to which you will be reaching to the end of the index. And hence you can conclude that yes, you can reach to the end of the array. Or we can do what? 2, 3, 1, 1, 4. See, from here, if you are just taking 2 jumps, this element is representing what? That how many maximum jump you can take from here. So maximum jump, if you are taking, that is 2 jump itself. So you will be here. Now this element is representing that you can take maximum 1 jump from here. So we will be making 1 jump. From here also you can make 1 jump. So you can see this way also you are able to reach to the end of the index. So for solving this question, what first thing that will come up in your mind will be backtracking or like DP approach. So backtracking will consider every possible path by using which we can reach to the end of the index, right? So backtracking and DP approach will be there in your mind, but let's try to solve this problem in using linear approach. Let's try to solve this problem using linear approach or in linear time complexity. Okay, so this approach will be sort of greedy approach that we are going to discuss in the video. That will be greedy approach. So let's understand that how our greedy approach is going to work. Okay, so let me take a new slide and there we'll be discussing that part. Okay, so first of all, let's understand the approach that we are going to discuss with the help of this example. So this will be at 0th index, this will be at first index, this is second index, third index, fourth index. Fine. Now what we are going to do is, we are going to manage 2 variables here. Reach, that will be keeping track of maximum reach, like the possible reach that we can do. Let's initialize this with 0, and maximum reach that will be going to initialize with 0. So as of now, you are on this particular index, that is at 0th index. So we'll be updating the reach value as I plus, let's suppose this array is a of I. So what is the value of reach now? 2. So we'll be checking if reach value is greater than that of max. So we'll be updating the value of max as reach. So as of now, max value is 0 and reach is 2. So max value will be updated to 2 now. I value will be incremented. Now we can see 3 plus 1. See, I value is 1 and a of I is 3. So 3 plus 1, you will be getting 4. So reach is now 4. Again, you will be comparing. So you can see 4 is greater than that of 2. So max will be 4 now. Again, I value will be incremented. So from here, you will be having 2 plus 1. That is going to give you 3. 2 plus 1, that is going to give you 3. So reach will be 3. As you can see, reach is smaller than that of max, so we won't be making any kind of updation in the value of max. Again, we are going to move further. So 3 I value will be further incremented. 3 plus 1 is going to give you what? 4. Reach will be 4. You can see they are similar, so nothing is going to happen. Then we'll be reaching at the last index. Then we will be reaching at the last index. So I value is going to what here? 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. So I value will be 4 here. So reach is going to be what now? 4 plus 4, that is 8. And hence max will also be updated as 8. Okay, so you can see what has happened. What happened here is that we have reached to the end index. So simply we can return true, because now you are at the end index. We have traversed the complete path, and nowhere the condition, like nowhere this thing wasn't happened that we are not able to reach to the end of the index. So hence we can return true. Let's understand with the help of this another example. So 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. So reach value will be what? Reach will be 3, and max, as we know that reach and max initially has been initialized with 0. So max will also be updated with 3. Then 2 plus 1, 3. So you'll be seeing that, okay, reach will be updated as 3. Already it is 3, and max will remain as it is. Then again 2 plus 1, 3. So they'll be as it is. Then 0 plus 3 equal to 3. So you will be having 3 again. Now when you're traversing, see, for traversal purpose, obviously you'll be using a for loop. So for int I equal to 0, I less than n is the size of your array. So you have to put one condition here, that if for any instance I value has become greater than that of max value, so you have to simply return false. So this time I value will be 4, and max value as of now, that is 3 itself. 4 greater than 3, it means that we cannot reach to the end of the index. So hence we'll be returning false. Otherwise you have to do the same thing that we discussed, that reach equal to here I plus a of I, and max equal to max dot max reach comma max. Fine. And if for any of the instant this condition never became true, so at the last we'll be returning what? True. Okay, so this was the complete approach for solving this problem. Although, like as I mentioned, there are multiple approaches that you can use to solve this problem. So this is a linear approach that I have come up with to solve this particular problem. Let me show you the code as well for the same, and even the code is provided in the description itself, so you can check it from there as well. So let's jump to the code part now, right? So here's the code of the approach or of the logic that we just discussed, right, for this problem of jump game, right? So here you can see this is the code. Now if we will run it, okay, so that is working totally fine, and even if you will submit that, it will work fine. Okay, so this was the complete idea about this problem, about October LeetCode challenge. I hope that you must have understood the problem statement, the approach, and the logic part as well, the code part as well. Well, there are different approaches that also you can follow for solving this question. So this you can consider as one of those approaches. So thank you so much for watching this video. Don't forget to like the video if you have liked this video, and don't forget to share and subscribe our channel. Thank you so much. Keep learning, keep coding, keep preparing. Bye bye.